Hey, this is Bruce Cook. This is going to be yet another update on how my indoor pepper plants are coming along, and this is specifically going to be about the seedlings. I can't remember if I had featured seedlings in my last update video or if my new seeds were still germinating at the time, but it's a bunch of ahi lemon drops and red tie. So I had actually germinated 10 of each of these two varieties. I had sown 10 seeds of each. And what I had gotten was I had 8 ahi lemon drops out of the 10 sprout, and they're doing fantastic. And with the red tie, actually all 10 had sprouted, but the very last one could not shed the shell from the seed. It couldn't shed it off the top, so it caused the little seedling to die. So, but anyways, I had gotten 9 out of 10 successfully germinated, and as you can see, they're doing really well. I actually had them started out. There's actually one last one that I'm waiting for this thing to grow a little bit bigger. See, I had put these in these. Hang on, let me get this down here. These smaller cups at first. Once they had germinated, I put them in here so it could give the roots some room to grow a bit. And I had chosen smaller cups than what I had put these other plants in, these red cups, just so I'd have enough room in here. These things are lagging behind enough anyways, and we're already getting about 2/3 the way through the month of March, and it'll be next month that I will be putting these plants outdoors. So I'm letting these ahi lemon drops and red ties grow into these small cups. So that should give them plenty of time before there's any root bound. It'll give me enough time to get to halfway through April and get these transplanted before I end up with a bunch of plants that outgrow my grow box once again, which is what I've been dealing with. I grow too many plants, put them in too big of cups, and do it too early, and then the plants get enormous inside of this thing. So I did things the right way this year. I waited till January 1st to sow the seeds, and this is how far along they have come with the way I'm growing them. So I had used not just indoor. I'm using Miracle Grow brand stuff. I didn't just use the indoor potting mix. I had a mix of both the seedling starter because it's more fluffy. It's easier for the roots to grow through. It was like 2/3 of the indoor potting soil that would have a decent NPK level for very young plants, and a third of it was the seedling starter mix, and it has worked magnificently. You see the color of the leaves are beautiful. This is the healthiest I've ever had my plants in this last 4 seasons. When they the healthiest they've been getting to this point. These since I haven't added Miracle Grow, the water soluble stuff, I ain't doing the double cup method, and you risk overfeeding the plants or underfeeding the plants, and it also causes them to become dependent on the extra nutrients that you're giving them. So I'm letting them remain in the soil alone and the nutrients that the soil has to give to them, and it's working out great. I'm so glad I did this. I don't have to worry about messing around with the double cup method, having to pull each cup, pulling it out one by one, and feeding, putting water and Miracle Grow food in the bottom of the second cup, and I mean that used to take so long doing that, and I would end up with plants that were so highly dependent on the higher NPK level that when I would put them outside and I'd put them into fresh soil that didn't have extra nutrients in it, I would end up with all my leaves falling off, and it would have to regrow it would basically put the plants in shock. So this is what I'm doing this time around, so that way when I do put them in the other soil, it's going to be when I put them into the final larger containers, they're not going to be so highly dependent on nutrients that the soil I put them in won't have what they need. So, but these are looking very healthy. There's only one plant that still looks a little skittish. That's I've already featured that before. I don't know why there's the leaves are kind of curling up, and that's obviously from the grow light, probably from my inconsistent walls inside of this grow box with the reflective film. It's I mean, this is, people would say this is a terrible job how I did this. I've watched videos on how to build these grow boxes, and you're supposed to have it really tight inside, so absolutely no light gets out. You got to have the walls perfectly even, no bubbles and everything, just to keep the light bouncing around in completely evenly, so you don't get like a magnifying glass effect and cause it to do something like that. But I mean, you see how how generic my box is, and you see how healthy my plants are coming along. So I mean, it worked just fine last year, and it's doing fine for me now, so I can deal with it. But yeah, I got all of these plants, with the exception of this single one, put into a little bit larger cups. I'm waiting for this thing to get a little bit larger and grow its first 2 true leaves. So these are just false baby leaves. That's what that's what comes out of the seed. Once it gets a little bit bigger, like what you see, these, I actually just did these this last half hour. Did all of them. So I'm just waiting for that to catch up with these, and then I'll put it into a larger cup. But also, one last thing I almost forgot to mention is for anybody who enjoys watching my gardening videos, that might also like the firearm videos or firearm related content that I had on my channel. I'm very sorry to have to tell you, I did delete all of my firearm content. I don't want to go over the reasons why, but it's unfortunately I'm not going to be putting up firearm related content on my channel anymore. I'm just going to stick with my gardening, pepper reviews, hot sauce reviews, maybe challenges, and if I can come up with some ideas, the paintball stuff too. So, but anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you. This is March 19th, 2024. This is my update for my indoor super hot pepper growing. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.